Welcome to the Carriker Chronicles, the people show, checking the pulse of a very happy volleyball Husker nation. Brought to you by DPS Concrete Constructions. My gut reaction to Nebraska volleyball pretty much dominating. Remember, this was a number one seeded Pitt team. Okay, one of the top teams out of the ACC. This was a team that was down 0-2 to Louisville and came back and did the reverse sweep. The second time they did that this tournament. Okay, this was a battle-tested team, a battle-hardened team, a number one seeded. Okay, Nebraska number one overall seed, but Nebraska swept them, pretty much dominated them. Okay, so if you're like me, and you're as excited as I am that Nebraska is going to go play in their 11th all-time national championship match with the potential to win their 6th national title in program history, and you haven't already done so, then hit that subscribe button. Now, here's the thing that's cool about that national championship match on Sunday. For the first time ever, okay, and obviously it's because I put this out on Facebook and Twitter yesterday. Earlier this year, I should say, I've obviously got this kind of poll. It's on network television for the first time ever. ABC, that's freaking awesome. Okay, so if you're excited about that the women are finally starting to get some love, smash the like button. And or if you're just excited, I love this. The Nebraska Volleyball, they really build their program around defense. They are the number one defensive team in the country. Hashtag black shorts, hashtag block party. I think by my last count, they had 15 blocks in the match. If any of that makes you enthusiastic, smash the like button. All right, real quick. So Pitt was the only team in the Final Four that was in their third consecutive Final Four, and they had 6 players that were playing in their third straight national semifinal. Now, John Cook. Here's some background info going into this match. If you didn't already know, John Cook was AVCA Coach of the Year for the 3rd time in his career. No seniors on this team, okay? In fact, they had 6 new players. 5 of them were freshmen, and they only had 1 loss all year. Now, it helps when you got the 2-time Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year and Lexi Rodriguez on the team. All right, and this is the 6th time in program history that Nebraska Volleyball has been the number one overall seed going into the tournament. Now, Nebraska had 32 wins this year, tied for the most by a Nebraska team since 2006. Now, the Huskers led the nation in defense, holding their opponent's hitting percentage to 134. Now, Huskers have 4 first team All Big Ten selections, 2 additional All Big Ten second team selections, the most in program history, okay, and 6 AVCA All Region honorees, tied for the most in program history. Nebraska has ranked in the top 10 557 times, the most in NCAA history. And at the end of this video, I've got some more unique facts. I did a lot of digging. I actually put it out on social media. If you didn't see it, there's some pretty cool, unique facts about Husker volleyball. Stay tuned at the end of this video for that. Now, this match featured the nation's 2 top defenses. All right, Pitt was number 2 in opponents' hitting percentage at 138. All right, Pitt and Nebraska, the only 2 teams who were holding their opponents under a 100 hitting percentage in the tournament. Okay, and the Huskers have only lost 1 set in the entire tournament, and now that includes tonight, and they're the only team in the tournament with fewer than 2 set losses. Now, shout out to a few of the players. Becca Alec, the nation's leading blocker during the postseason, averaging 2.4 blocks per set. All right, Merritt Beeson leads the Huskers with 444 kills that was coming in to tonight, so I'm sure she exceeded that. But she led the Huskers with basically 450 kills on the season. All right, so that's pretty awesome. And that's one of the top 6 all-time in Husker volleyball history. Huskers are second in the NCAA history in postseason wins with 129, now 130. Total postseason wins and a winning percentage of 782, which after tonight's going to be even higher. Harper Murray, Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Merritt Beeson, AVCA Region Player of the Year. Bergen Riley, Big Ten Setter of the Year, the first ever freshman to do so. All right, Nebraska, 618 consecutive weeks of being ranked the longest active streak in Division I for any sport. Think about Connecticut women's basketball, how dominant they've been. Think about, if you know anything about women's soccer, North Carolina women's soccer, even longer than them. Now let's get to the actual match itself. The first set, the Huskers take a 15-12 lead. When Nebraska led 19-15 in this set, the Huskers, had 6 kills, only 6 kills, but they had 6 blocks, and they were already setting a tone for the match. You could see the blocks was intimidating where they were trying to do their kills, their spikes. They were trying to set up their offense. They were intimidated. They didn't want the ball smashed back in their face, talking about Pitt. Who can blame them? Okay, they had 6 blocks, and Pitt in that first set had 10 errors. okay, with their kills along with 3 missed serves. The Huskers won the first set 25-20. Nebraska hit just 152, but dominated with 8 blocks by the end of that set. Now, during the season, they averaged 2.6 blocks per set, which helped contribute to 13 hitting errors in the first set for Pitt, who actually hit .000. I had to triple check that. All right, Alec led Nebraska with 4 blocks, while Murray and Beeson have 4 kills apiece. Nebraska's season high in blocks is 17 versus Arkansas in their previous match in the Elite Eight. I believe we ended with 15. I'd have to double check the final on that total. All right, underclassmen production this year. They got no seniors, mostly underclassmen. Here's some of the production they've gotten this year from their underclassmen. 55% of their kills, 52% of their digs, 44% of their blocks have come from underclassmen. And here's a big reason as to why. All 5 freshmen who joined the team this year graduated early and arrived on campus last January, and that undoubtedly has made a huge difference. Now, you fast forward to set 2. Nebraska builds a 9-5 early lead. Then they lead 15-9. Now, the Huskers' offense was starting to click better. Okay, the defense had been dominant, but the Huskers' offense at that point, during that set, was hitting .333 with 4 kills. Now, John Cook, at this point, he was looking very, very annoyed because he had to throw his green challenge card 4 times already. I think he was getting annoyed that they had to keep throwing it. He was right 3 of the times. Who can blame the guy? All right. Now, Pitt did make a run. They closed it to 17-15. And the Huskers at that point were hitting 179 with 6 kills from Murray. Now, the Huskers had 11 blocks at this point. Again, I was keeping track of this throughout the match. Just intriguing to a defensive guy like me and just fun to watch anyways. It's almost like a slam dunk in basketball. I'm going to smash it back in your face. I just love it. All right, now Pitt was hitting .087, but had 4 blocks so far this set. Ali Battenhorst, who looked great tonight, played great, 6 kills, and playing great with a huge smile and phenomenal energy is the note I put there. All right, now Pitt, in their first set versus Nebraska, really struggled. 13 kills, 13 errors, and 2 blocks. The second set, which was probably the most interesting of the 3 sets, okay, Pitt battled. They tried to battle. All right, they had 9 kills, 4 errors, and 4 blocks at this point in the set. Anyways, now at one point, it was 21-20. All right, Pitt made it interesting. The Huskers led, but the battle-tested Pitt team. Now, this was, as I mentioned earlier, a team that had been down multiple times during the tournament. And they even talked about on TV, something that I had heard, but I hadn't confirmed, but now I know it's true, or at least, they said it on TV, so it must be true, just like the internet, right? Basically, when they were down 0-2 to Louisville, some of the girls on the Pitt team basically ran to a public bathroom, screamed their heads off, and scared the crap out of all the ladies in the bathroom. That would have been awesome. Unfortunately, I was not there, but apparently that's what happened. They came back and they fought back. So this is a battle-tested team, okay? Oh, I'm trying to give them some kudos is what I'm saying. All right. They went on an 11-6 run to make things interesting, and it was 21-20 at that point. Now, the Huskers ended up winning 25-23 and took a 2-0 match lead. All right. Harper Murray had kills on 3 of Nebraska's last 4 points to close out that second set, and she had 9 kills and is hitting at a .292 clip. In that set, Nebraska hit .211 with 3 blocks. All right, for Pitt, Olivia Babcock has 10 kills to that point. All right, now real quick, as you know, the show is brought to you by DPS Concrete Construction. All right, you can check it out at dpsconstruction.net. If you are a diesel mechanic, CDL driver, or concrete finisher looking for work in the Omaha metro area, DPS Construction, Jason Armstrong, quality company, quality employer, someone you want to work for, someone you want to do business with. All right, check them out at dpsconstruction.net. They are the employer for you. Now, Nebraska in the third set took an early lead after a 5-0 run. They were up 15-9. The Huskers basically kind of dominated the rest of the set. They win set 3. They sweep the Panthers, okay? And I didn't even write down the final score, but of that last set, they ended up sweeping them and advanced to the national championship match on Sunday. They're going to play either Wisconsin or Texas. Obviously, I don't know at the time I'm recording this. I predict they're going to play Wisconsin, and here's why. I hate Texas, but I want to play Wisconsin. All right, now, Nebraska, just another interesting note. Nebraska actually lost 4 starters off their team from last year and played the 17th toughest strength of schedule in the entire country. Congratulations to the ladies on a great regular season, a great tournament run, a great Final Four performance. Good luck on Sunday in the national championship match against whomever you play. Horns down, beat the Badgers, whoever it is. All right, now I did some digging, and this is what I put out on social media, and I thought it was just amazing. So here are some of the stats that I found about Nebraska's volleyball program. They have more wins than any other program in the country. 5 national championships, soon to be 6. All right, ranked in every weekly poll since the induction of the AVCA national poll in 1982. They've spent more weeks ranked number 1 than any other program in America. They have 99 All-Americans, the most in America, a 905 all-time conference winning percentage. That's absurd. Okay, they have appeared in 11 of the last 12 Elite Eights. They've appeared in 6 of the last 9 Final Fours, which, by the way, is the most of any team in the country since 2015. They've appeared in 17 Final Fours all time, which is second most all time. They've appeared in 4 of the last 8 national championship matches. Let me edit that. 5 of the last 9 national championship matches after earning their spot tonight. They've sold out every home match since 2001. Nebraska regularly leads the NCAA in average attendance, and on August 30th, 2023, the Huskers broke the record for the highest attended women's sporting event in history with 92,003 fans in Memorial Stadium. And when I put that out on Twitter and Facebook, the fans so lovingly pointed out to me they're also, and reminded me, they're also the only Power 5 women's sport in the entire country that actually made money, okay? Think about all the women's sports there are, from soccer to gymnastics to basketball to, obviously, you got volleyball to swimming to every other sport to every other school to every, it's amazing what they have done and the fan support they've got. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's my question for you fine folks at home. Number 1, is this the best coaching job John Cook has ever done? Number 2, will the Huskers win the national championship? Now, little note, the only NCAA champion in history with 0 seniors on a squad is 1986 Pacific. And my last question is this. Right now, at this point in time, are you cool with being called a volleyball school? All right, ladies and gentlemen, check out CarrikerChronicles.com. It's where all your football and volleyball hopes and dreams will come true. It's just science. Go Big Red, and always remember to throw the bug.